So picking up on that point I was referring to earlier about UC Global handing over the security tapes to the American CIA. Back when Daniel Ellensberg was facing similar charges in America in the 70s, the Nixon administration, or somebody with it, broke into his psychiatrist's office and stole his medical records. That was enough to end the court case, to end all charges. The Americans had behaved so badly and so outside the perimeters of law that the case was dropped immediately. What has happened to Julian is far worse. And it's tantamount to the different kind of world we live in today, where everything is hyper-surveilled and the rules don't mean anything. Our rule of law is gone. The case should have been dropped. And it's also worth remembering that, to my knowledge, in no time in recorded history has an embassy been surrounded by another country's police force, as was the Ecuadorian embassy and the English police force surrounding it, denying Julian the ability to get into a diplomatic car and fly out of the country. He was granted political asylum. He was worthy of political asylum. Yet, the British decided, or the English rather, decided to surround the embassy and refused to let him to leave. How can this go on? How has this been allowed to happen? This is testament to the cruel and unusual punishment he's been suffered from, as was pointed out in the 2016 document from the United Nations. They called it cruel and unusual punishment, that he wasn't allowed to leave the embassy, that he was locked in there. So, we all have to stand up and unite. We have to say to our governments, this is not acceptable. Free Julian Assange!
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 Thank you.
Woo!